If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine. And maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them. From disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is VSiN PrimeTime. Live from the Circus Sportsbook in downtown Las Vegas on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Hour number 3 of VSiN PrimeTime. I'm Tim Murray, live from the Circus Sportsbook in downtown Las Vegas. That's Will the Thrill Hill. And Will Hill just put on a little salt and pepper on his boombox there in his office because we're going to push it real good. 0-0 after 5 innings, so Paul Skeens did his job. Unfortunately, the Pirates' offense failed us. So thank you, Paul Skeens, but unfortunately, no runs scored. And hindsight being 20/20, as you pointed out, maybe we should have gone first 5 under as opposed to Pirates on the money line. But we get our money back. Paul Skeens, 5 innings, 1 hit, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts so far for Mr. Skeens.
Yeah, maybe we get some rewards points out of that. Do you get rewards points for a push? I'm sure some books do that when you place a bet. So that's about all we have to show for it. And yeah, tough one. No run support for Skeens. Maybe when he gets home, Livy Dunn can give him some run support. Who knows?
Just give him some moral support, right? Give him some love. You pitched well, even though he's in St. Louis right now. But 98-84, the score. Start of the fourth quarter in Cleveland, as the Cleveland Cavaliers, as we have discussed, are without a handful of key players. Evan Mobley out, DeAndre Hunter out, and Darius Garland did not play tonight as well. It was interesting as we talked to Jonathan Peterlin last night here on the program, Will, where he felt like Darius Garland was a break glass in case of emergency type player. So we'll see if he does return at all. You know, I was talking to you during the break about the live player prop on Tyrese Halliburton, and you had such a great call, you know, last week on Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler and playing their unders. It doesn't feel like, even though he's got the wrist wrapped up there, the left wrist, Halliburton, it feels like he's going to give it a go here. And you pointed out during the break when we were just talking about it, they hit a couple of threes. They're right back in this thing. So it doesn't feel like the Indiana Pacers and Rick Carlisle are going to pull out the old white flag like Steve Kerr and company did against the Houston Rockets last week.
Yeah, it feels like we've played a lot of this half, and really a lot of this game in this little bubble where it's not quite a laugher, and you can pull your guys if you're Indiana, and even if you're Cleveland. It's not quite single digits where you feel like you're in danger if you're Cleveland. It's just that little middle period where it's anywhere from 13 to 17 where Cleveland's in control, but it's not quite to the point where you start pulling guys. So we'll see if one team can make a push. I mean, at some point, you're just going to run out of time, and a 13, 14 point lead does become insurmountable. But from an Indy perspective, you probably look at this, all right, we're down 13. If we hit a couple threes at 7, then it's anyone's game, and we can go for the kill. But Cleveland, with one good surge, should be able to put this game away, especially at home, you would think, as they attempt a 3 that goes in and out. So I don't know. Do you have any feel for this game in terms of like side total, where this thing is going to go? And do you think Indy gets back in it, or do you think Cleveland eventually kind of pulls away here?
You know, it's funny because I feel like, and I'm happy that I haven't placed any wagers. I mean, I have the Cavaliers to win this game, but it does feel like Indiana at some point is going to make a little bit of a run here. I just have this sneaky suspicion. Right now, it's down to a 9-point game. 8.5 is the spread, so it just feels like the Pacers aren't going to go away. So I guess I would probably take it rather than lay it right now. You know, I do wonder at some point here, Will, does any tightness set in for the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? Yeah. This is that important. They are desperate, and I hate using the old phrase, oh, you know, the Pacers are playing with house money, but they kind of are, right? I mean, they're a massive underdog in the series. They're up 1-0, and 5-0 run to start the fourth quarter. So your live line right now sits at 8.5 after the Cavaliers call a timeout. And when you look up and down, This is a Cavs team that I'll say this. They haven't been shooting it extremely well. Sam Merrill and Max Strus have played well. How about Ty Jerome? Man, we talked about him. Is he someone who picks it up? Ty Jerome's been a disaster tonight. 1 of 14 from the field. If you look at what Ty Jerome has done here in this series, 8 of 20. He shot 20 shots, which is just unfathomable to think about in game 1. And he's 1 for 12 here tonight for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So he's been a bit of a disaster for the Cavs. So, yeah, at this point, I think I would probably take it with the Indiana Pacers as they're just kind of lurking and hanging around. By the way, I wanted to hit this and just get your thoughts. You and I, not big hockey handicappers, but I love betting the Stanley Cup playoffs. So just watching this game here in studio, Capitals lead 1-0, and I'd be curious for those of you watching along with us, it does feel kind of like this Hurricanes team is really the better team tonight. They've outshot them 20-11. You can get the Hurricanes on the money line at plus 195, or if you want to have a little fun, draw plus 225 if this game goes to overtime.
He's saying 1-0 now, so we need plus 225 for a draw. I feel like I would need a little more. I feel like,
well, maybe we wait, right? I mean,
yeah.
We don't have to. You wouldn't want to play it right now because, I mean, I guess famous last words, because we did bet a side yesterday where we saw a goal 33 seconds into the first period.
Sure.
But that price, in theory, should just continue to drift upwards here. So, yeah, maybe we wait and see what the best price it becomes. But I do feel like Carolina is kind of asking to score a goal, and as they get an early shot attempt there on Logan Thompson, but he is able to get the save. So 21 saves now for Logan Thompson in this one for the Capitals as they lead 1-0 in the first period. Third period. It
does feel like, and I don't have any data to back this up other than just watching the games. It does feel like an inordinate amount of NHL Stanley Cup playoff games do go to overtime. Do you know if the numbers back that up, or is that just kind of a narrative thing that I'm feeling?
I mean, I'll say this. It feels like the last handful of them have gone there. We didn't get overtime yesterday, but of course on Sunday, Game 7 in Winnipeg, that goes to overtime.
Right.
We saw it go to overtime in, what was that? I think it was Thursday, I want to say we saw an overtime game. But, yeah, I mean, overtime certainly has been it's twofold. I'll say this, and I was talking to Seidenberg about this yesterday, which is when you see a 1-goal lead at some point, and I know it didn't ultimately pan out this way because the Panthers scored a late goal to make it 5-3, but it does feel like at some point you want to play it on the puck line, banking on an empty netter. But I'm looking at this, so you got a power play right now for the Capitals. Plus 245 is the draw, and the Capitals continue to be a pretty sizable favorite here, now minus 315. That has been also an interesting thing, too, from doing this show, Will, is watching the price adjust when a team is on the power play, and you can get the dog, it feels like, at a pretty decent number when the power play is going on, hoping that they kill it, and then the price will shorten a little bit.
Yeah, again, there's so many different ways to play this stuff now, which is good. It gives you a bunch of different options. And from the book's perspective, when you're booking all of this stuff, the more stuff you're booking, the less likely it is that you're going to not make a mistake. The more chances to make a mistake, I guess I should say.
All right, quick update from Cleveland. 9.5-point spread right now for the Cavaliers. Once again, that lead remains at 9 as the Cavaliers look like force another turnover. They have done a really nice job defensively tonight, forcing turnovers, Will, against this Indiana Pacers squad. I believe they have already forced 17 turnovers. They forced 17 turnovers in Game 1. So with 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, they've already forced 17 turnovers, and they're going to pay it off here with a bucket. So Cavaliers now extending that lead back out to 11. Kelley Bydlon, by the way, going to join us coming up on the other side of the break to give us his thoughts on tonight's Golden State and Minnesota game, as well as Boston, New York tomorrow, Oklahoma City, and Denver tomorrow as well. Looking at our betting splits, which you can get access to as a VSiN Pro subscriber, it's interesting to note here that it feels like it's a bit of a public dog in Golden State. 51% of bets on Golden State at DraftKings, but 72% of the money on the Minnesota Timberwolves, Will. So it looks like the public is gravitating a little bit towards. Do you think it's more of the dogs have been barking so far in this, second round? Is it I trust Golden State, or is it Minnesota just maybe a little overinflated based off of the win over the Los Angeles Lakers?
I think it's probably people thinking I can get Curry plus points. I think that would be the prevailing thought. There's probably an element of what you mentioned too, where, these dogs have been doing well. The dogs are a thing now. They won the two of them won on Sunday, two of them won on Monday. I'll go back to the dogs, but I do think the more prevailing element here is the fact that you can get Curry and you can get some points. I think is appealing to bettors.
Sometimes the best bets you make, or sometimes the best bets are the ones you don't make, right? Tyrese Halliburton just got a 3-point play, so he's not over 11.5 yet, but he's now at 11. So I'm glad we talked ourselves off of that one. As here come the Pacers, folks. This thing ain't done yet. It is down to a 6-point Cavalier lead, 100-94, as a putback dunk there. I believe Benedict Mathurin had the putback dunk there for the Indiana Pacers. So 100-94, a 9-2 run for the Indiana Pacers. This bad boy is not done yet, as the Cavaliers gonna need Donovan Mitchell to put on that Superman cape. 36 points already for Donovan Mitchell, and the lead is down to 6 in Cleveland. So the sweat is on for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The pre-flop number was 5.5. This thing had gotten as high as we had seen 15.5 or so. And right now, the Pacers are battling, and we'll see if the Cavaliers can hold them off. Hey, folks, just a reminder, we've got a great deal going on over at VSiN.com. Use the promo code PRO. You get 14 months of VSiN Pro access for $199. A year subscription is $240, and we're giving you 14 months for $199. Head on over to VSiN.com/subscribe. Kelley Bydlon, he'll talk some hoops with us. We'll do that next.
If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine, and maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them, from disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is VSiN PrimeTime on VSiN, the sports betting network.
All right, Cleveland, hold on to your butts. 102-96 is the score. 6:43 to go in the fourth quarter. The Cavaliers holding on to that 6-point lead. Point spread down to 6.5. Still juicy money line, though, plus $4 if you think the Pacers can complete a comeback here. So 103-96 is the score. Max Strus looks like just got popped in the nose from Benedict Mathurin. So 103-96 the score. Cavaliers right now holding on to a 7-point lead. Quick update on the ice. Still 1-0, Capitals and Hurricanes. If you think the Hurricanes can come back and win this game, plus 240. If you do think this thing goes to overtime, have not seen that draw number, Will Hill, go up at all. Still sitting at plus 225 between the Caps and the Canes. 14 and change to go in the third period, as Spida Mitchell burying another free throw. He now has 40 on the night. How about this? 40 points, 1 of 7 from 3. He's been getting to the line. Every time I see him, drive, it feels like he's getting smashed and hitting the stanchion or something like that. All right, let's head to our progressive guest line and bring in our colleague here at VSiN. You see him every weekday with Gil Alexander on A Numbers Game. You can also catch him on the award-winning, at least in my mind, podcast, the Long Shots podcast, as they broke down the latest, truest golf tournament as a new course. We talked about that a little bit later. But let's get to what is to come tonight. Kelley, as we look at the Golden State Warriors and the Minnesota Timberwolves. We'll call it 6.5, but there are some 6s out there if you do want to take the favorite. How are you looking to attack Minnesota and Golden State in the first game of this series?
Yeah, Tim, Will, always a pleasure to be with you. Thanks for having me on. I think this game is a little interesting tonight after what we've seen the past couple days in the NBA, right? I think anybody gun-shy to lay the points with the Timberwolves, I understand. I was leaning that way initially. Saw the line movement. I mean, it opened, 5.5, jumped all the way up to 7.5. So at first I thought it was going to be a stay away for me. Ended up just playing it small when it dropped down to 6 here in town. Got a flat 6. I got in small on the Timberwolves tonight. Man, this team has been playing really, really impressive, guys. I mean, go back to March 1st. They're one of the top teams in the league when it comes to net rating. They've only got 5 losses in that time, including what they've done in the playoffs. This is a team that's kind of firing on all cylinders right now. And Golden State's looks strong, but a major rest differential. I think it leans things a little bit towards the Minnesota side. Am I a little gun shy though after the past couple nights? Yeah, for sure. The favorites have not been coming through, and I've been pretty dang confident about all of them. I'm going back to the favorite tonight, but a little bit smaller bet for me than probably planning on just a few days ago.
Kelley, to borrow a Gil Alexander line/question, if I came to you from the future and said either the Celtics or the Thunder got upset and did not win their series, which team would it be? Which team's more likely to lose?
Man, I'm going to say right now it's the Thunder, and I've got a lot of Thunder conference tickets, so I am really hoping that is not the case, Will. I'm not really involved in that too much in that Celtics-Knicks series, but I think the Celtics game, it's easy to overreact to, but really this is what we've seen out of this team the past few seasons. Now, we know they're going to put up three-pointers in volume. It feels like every time we get into the playoffs, every series they have one game, sometimes two, where, hey, the numbers game just doesn't really work out, right? You're putting up a lot of threes, not all of them going in, and that's exactly what happened in that game. It'd be nice to finally see this team kind of develop some other change-up. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum getting to the rim would be nice a little bit more often, drawing fouls. You're up 20 in that game in the third quarter. It's just almost inexcusable to blow it away. You got to be able to put that team away in that situation. When you just keep launching up threes and missing, that's what lets back in. And that's what beat them the other night. But I'll tell you, the Thunder, I'm a little bit more concerned about. I don't want to overreact to one game, but man, a major rest differential coming into that. I did not expect to see Denver's best. And man, what did they do? They beat them up on the boards, rebounded them by 20, which was always a bit of a concern for OKC in the past, and this is what they brought Hartenstein in for. This is what they have developed that set of bigs around, is to help stop Nikola Jokic in teams with size like them. So to see that in game one, definitely a little concerning, and I think it is something that Denver can replicate for most of the series. So we'll have to see. I'm very interested to see how that series develops going forward.
Talking once again to Kelley Bydlon. You can catch him tomorrow morning with Gil Alexander, a numbers game. Also check out the podcast, Long Shots. We'll talk to one of your co-hosts of that podcast later on in the show, Wes Reynolds. I do want to get to Knicks and Celtics tomorrow because Look, I have a pre-series position on the Celtics, -2.5 games. Ticket's not dead yet, obviously, but don't feel great after the 20-point blown lead there. But I'm looking at tomorrow, Kelley, and I'm looking at maybe some alt lines for the Celtics. Right now, DraftKings -14.5 is +150. I'm thinking about maybe reinvesting at Celtics -1.5. Series price at -115 right now at DraftKings. Am I too bullish on the Celtics? Should I be more concerned? Because honestly, yes, they lost it. They blew that lead. They missed 45 three-pointers yesterday. I would say the concern obviously would be Kristaps Porzingis. Jaylen Brown didn't look great, but where are you on this Celtics team? Are you scared off at all after what we saw last night?
No, not really, Will, and not really, Tim. And I think that
we're all gingers. We all look the same. It's fine.
That's right. Exactly right. Now, Tim, I think I'm going to be looking at the same sort of things. I laid 9.5 on the opener with Boston right away. I think if you're looking that route, I think you're talking it right. I think involving some alts up as well is something that I'll look to do here. Wanted to see where this line was going to move. We saw it kind of get out to 10.5, 11, coming back down a little bit now, looking at 10 on your board if you're watching at home. I like the Celtics to bounce back. Like I was talking about, their game hasn't really changed the past couple years. It's going to be put up a lot of threes, man, and they missed a lot of open threes in that game against the Knicks. Those start falling. I think it's a different game, a different outcome, probably results in a Boston blowout, and I expect them to rebound nicely here in game 2. The Porzingis stuff does have me mildly concerned. I mean, he was sick earlier in the year. It sounds like this is some of the same effects, but I think even if Porzingis missed the game or was limited somewhat, I'm still not all that worried. They've got Horford who can match up great with Cat on that team. So I'm right there with you, Tim. I already laid the 9.5. I think it's better, but I'll probably sprinkle some alts in there as well. I don't hate anybody who wants to reinvest in the series price. I might as well. I'm considering if I want to get deeper into OKC about doing an OKC Boston just kind of parlay on the series prices. It's about minus 110, 115, I think right now. It's kind of coin flippish. Better price than you were getting before these series started.
With the favorites looking a little wobbly the past few days, has it creeped into your mind that, man, maybe I take a shot on a Minnesota, a Denver, even an Indiana? And ultimately, who do you think wins the title as we're sitting here?
I mean, I think Indiana and Denver I'd be more interested in than those other teams will. But yeah, right now I'll say Celtics in the East, and that is, man, it's a shame. I mean, like, I know this Cavs team playing a close game right now, but if they pull out this win, okay, maybe this series resets itself. But man, if Indiana bounces them, man, we're talking about another Cavs season just lost. It looks like they finally had this team all set and ready to go this year. And just this happens in the playoffs. The injuries mount up, and it becomes too much of an obstacle to get by. And that could be the case for the Cavs. So I think right now, where I would have said Cavs before this round started, would have given them the slight edge. I think I'm giving Boston that edge coming out of the East. I think one game, I'm not going to overreact too much. I'll still say OKC for now. But man, Denver was very, very impressive, I thought, last night. Just every chance with Oklahoma City having a chance to pull away, Denver just staying with them, putting themselves in a position to utilize the best player on the planet to help go win you the series. And that's really what we saw at the end of the game, and some poor decisions, I think, on fouling up 3 at the end and the timing of those.
Kelley Bydlon, you can catch him tomorrow morning, a numbers game. The Long Shots podcast is out. He, Matt Brown, and Wes Reynolds. Make sure you check out all of Kelley's plays. They're up on the website, so if you're a VSiN Pro subscriber, you can check that out or check out the podcast as well. Kelley, always appreciate it, sir.
Yep, Tim, Will, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
108,
right,
103, under 4 minutes to go in Cleveland. And guess what happened in nation's capital? The Hurricanes scored. So now the draw is minus 130, and we could have got it at what, plus 225. So I'm kicking myself. That's the problem with this show, right? You fire probably too much, and then you get cautious. And I was staring at it thinking, man, the Hurricanes have had a lot of opportunities here. And now it's 1-1, under 9 minutes to go, as the Hurricanes tied it up against the Washington Capitals. And, man, Hurricanes are having a ton of opportunities right now, Will, in this one. They're out to a minus 154 favorite against the Washington Capitals. Under 4 minutes to go in Cleveland, the Cavaliers trying to hold on and even up this series at 1 game apiece, 109-103. The Cavaliers have a 7-point lead over the Indiana Pacers. We'll get you ready for Golden State and Minnesota, as well as Edmonton VGK next.
This is VSiN Primetime on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
All right, coming down to the wire, 98 seconds to go in Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell at the free throw line. The man is he's putting it all on the line tonight there, Will Hill, as Donovan Mitchell right now sitting with 46 points. But this Pacers team is not going away. I will say I joked about not playing the under on Tyrese Halliburton. I'm still glad we didn't, but he's sitting at 11. And the number was 11.5.
It was probably the right number with how the injury, whether he comes back in or not, it probably wasn't like an off number. So that was probably a good stay away regardless of what happens.
Never mind. He just I think Halliburton just got a bucket. So that would have been a losing game. That would have been a losing play right there. Here we go. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Cleveland and Indiana. I said it. I didn't think Indiana would go away, and you can sense the desperation right now for this Cleveland team. They cannot lose this game. I know that's Captain Obvious, but right now a 4-point lead, and Max Strus with a enormous clutch three-pointer for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And it is now a 7-point lead for the Cavs as he is strutting around. Strus is strutting around this court there, Will Hill.
That should probably do it. Granted, I was sitting there, I think a week ago today, might have been Wednesday, when it was Milwaukee and Indiana in a 7-point game with 30-something seconds left, but that was an all-timer. This 7-point lead, a minute to go, you basically just need to not throw up all over yourself. Just, make some free throws. Don't turn the ball over. Indy can't really win this game, barring like a 4 or 5 leg parlay of just everything going incredibly well here. So a situation where Indy never really got close enough where they could make it, 1 possession game. 4, I think, is the closest they've been. So now all it comes down to, in my mind, what number did you get? Because this was anywhere from 5.5 to 7.5 to 10.5. And all of these numbers are in play here as we got a minute left. So, as Chris Andrews, who used to come on this network a lot, used to say, it's got to land somewhere. So I'm sure these books be interested. Can they get milled here for people that took 10.5, laid 5.5? I would imagine they could if people played this properly.
Yeah, no, you definitely could get middled. As we've talked to both Jeff Sherman and Matt Grill from Westgate and DraftKings, respectively, earlier tonight. Yeah, I mean, this thing opened 10.5. The news of the injury continued to come out with the unlikelihood of Hunter and Garland and Mobley playing. And now with a minute to go, after a big 3 from Max Strus, I'll say this about this Pacers team, man. They don't die. They just keep coming and coming and coming, and they're going to get a bucket here on this possession. So they're down 5 with a minute and change to go, and this is the team, right? Ty Halliburton's dad's not there, so maybe they don't have the same mojo as they had against the Bucks. But speaking of Ty Halliburton, he's the one who cuts the deficit down to 5. So 117-112. Cavaliers going to call a timeout here. That'll give us a quick time to update you on the hockey game, where the Carolina Hurricanes and the Washington Capitals are tied up at 1, and the Hurricanes have outshot Washington 31-13 in this game, and the Canes were down 1-0 in this third period. They tied it up at 1 apiece, and that is where we sit right now, as this one maybe is destined for overtime, and I'm kicking myself for not taking a little sprinkle on that goal, as the Caps just had an opportunity but unable to get it home there. So 1-1 is the score. Coming up in about 15 minutes or so, our colleague Stormy Bonatoni, she'll be the ringside reporter for ESPN's coverage of Vegas and Edmonton, and that is a true pick'em series, Will. When you look at the 3 other series, and you had the underdog win the first 2, now you've got this series where it looks like it's like -115, -105, a slight lean to the home Vegas Golden Knights for the series. They are a -135 favorite here tonight, but Jeff Sherman told us that they've seen some Edmonton money coming into the market on this one. So curious to see how this one unfolds at T-Mobile Arena tonight. Looking across the market, -130 looks to be the consensus number on the Vegas Golden Knights. You can get a +120 out there if you think the Edmonton Oilers can pull off the very slight upset this evening in Vegas.
Yeah, should be fun. Excited to talk to Stormy. Excited that she gets to work this game. She does a fantastic job, not only for ESPN, but for VSiN, obviously. And just to go back to the basketball, that was a terrible job by the Cavs defensively. You're up 7, minute change left. I get you don't want to foul. I get you don't want to give her an open 3, but you don't want to give up an uncontested layup 2 seconds, into the game clock, the shot clock. At least make them use some clock, make them shoot a contested shot. And I know you don't want to foul. You don't want to just, boy, that was it's a 7-point game with a minute left. It's not like a 7-point game with 10 seconds left. Wasn't that a little too easy on the other end for Indy?
Yeah. So right now, more free throws for Donovan Mitchell. How many free throws has he attempted tonight? My goodness, he is getting to the line. He has attempted 20 free throws tonight, and he is 16 of 20 from the line. So Donovan Mitchell, if you played some alt overs on Donovan, if you went with the old ladder on Spida Mitchell, you're feeling pretty good as he has stepped up in the absence of Darius Garland, of Evan Mobley, DeAndre Hunter, all sidelined. And, it was interesting. Jeff Sherman kind of said what you said to start the show. It's not necessarily one player. What does, Evan Mobley or DeAndre Hunter or Darius Garland mean to the point spread? But it's that, collective point situation there. That has affected the line here. So a 7-point lead, more free throws coming, 48 seconds to go as Pascal Siakam will head to the free throw line for the Indiana Pacers. Siakam pretty quiet tonight, 10 points for Pascal Siakam this evening. Aaron Nesmith, by the way, continues to light it up from long range. He has 5 threes in this game. He is 9 for, quick math, 9 for 15, I believe, in this series, Will. So he's been hitting some J's for the Pacers.
Are you seeing a live total? DraftKings still has it up 239.5. It's 119-114 with 47 seconds left. I would bet the over. This could be a free throw fest because I don't think you can play it out and play defense down 5 with 48 seconds left. Maybe you could and just then score and then foul. But if Indy decides to go the free throw out and play the free throw game for the next minute, we could see a lot more than 7 points scored here in this next 48 seconds. So to me, it comes down to, does Indy decide to foul right away or not? As Siakam actually missed both free throws, but got a tip back dunk here to make it 119,
and Donovan Mitchell is on the floor in pain right now. He has been on the floor a lot tonight. And right now, that over. So we're at 233 points. At DraftKings, you can get plus 114. Yeah, the question you posed is, does Indiana down 5 play this thing out? I don't know if you can, right?
Yeah.
By the way, it was an Aaron Nesmith putback dunk, man. Nesmith.
And then more bad fundamentals by Cleveland. Boxed somebody out. The guy came in from the free throw line. Nobody put a body on him and dunks it. And they could have called a foul on that too because he got hit by Mitchell.
Yeah. So Donovan Mitchell is kind of limping a little bit. Are they going to review this? I'm looking at the live line right now, and DraftKings has it back to 119, 112. Can you review lane violations? Because I think they're going to review this.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. It's back. It's back up. I don't know if they're going to review this. But Donovan Mitchell limping a little bit. So are you going to do it? They're going to review it. I think it's going to count. 239.5 is plus 114 to the over if you're looking to get involved in the live total here.
Yeah, I would play over. And again, it's hard without the sound to know what exactly they're reviewing. I guess they could be looking to put a foul on Cleveland because that is something I do think is reviewable. Again, it gets confusing in the NBA with what you can and what you can't challenge.
Yeah, and there seems to be some confusion. They took the bucket off. I think
they did take it off.
I think they're going to put it back on here. So I'm looking at the live line right now, and it does have it at 119, 114. The over now plus 120 to the over at DraftKings, 239.5. So you would need 7 more points for this to come home. So they are continuing to review this tip back dunk. So Pascal Siakam missed both free throws, but Aaron Nesmith came in and was able to put back a dunk here. And looks like, if I'm reading the live market right, does look like this thing is going to hold up. So, man, crazy finish here in this one. Quick update from the ice. It is 1-1, 2 minutes and 6 seconds to go. Hurricanes minus 130, Capitals even money. This game to go to overtime is now off the board. So, looks like that is unfortunately going to come home.
That was a good call.
Yeah. So, Yeah, good call, but we didn't win any money on it. So we will, at this point, I just hope that the Caps can win this game. Hey, folks, just a reminder, Edge Boost is the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. No usage fees, no minimums. Earn cashback rewards, 100% approval for all betting deposits. Sign up today, edgeboost.bet with the promo code PRIME. Deposit $25 and Edge Boost will match the deposit. edgeboost.bet.
If you work in quality control at a candy factory, you know strict safety regulations come with the job. It's why you partner with Grainger. Grainger helps you find the high-quality and compliant products your business needs to inspect, detect, and help correct issues. And the sweetest part is, everyone gets a product that's as safe to eat as it is delicious. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is VSiN PrimeTime on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Woo, buddy. It is getting tense in Cleveland. 117-114 right now is the score. Nope, sorry, 119, 116. I apologize. As that is the score right now. Kenny Atkinson just called a timeout to save what might have been a 5-second call. Donovan Mitchell, I think he's out there still. He's cramping up. He was just called for an offensive foul a moment ago. So this thing coming down to the wire, underway in the Twin Cities. 2-2 is the score between Minnesota and the Golden State Warriors. Final seconds ticking off. The Washington Capitals able to kill a power play, and we are headed to overtime in the nation's capital, 1-1 between the Caps and the Canes. And oh my goodness, the Cavaliers just turned the ball over with a horrendous pass from Max Strus. And could we see yet another collapse for the favorite on a third consecutive game? Tyrese Halliburton now is going to go to the free throw line with 12 seconds to go. Donovan Mitchell saying his hands were straight up. We'll see if they try to challenge this. But, man, what – I'm not there yet, but, you know, we kept talking about it. It felt like this was a team – man, I don't know if that's a foul, but it's hard to overturn these foul calls. He goes straight up. He does twist the body a little bit. They're not going to challenge it. Tyrese Halliburton at the free throw line. It's a 2-point game right now, Will. Man – this is
great job by TNT to miss the free throw, by the way. We didn't even see the free throw go in or not. We could just tell because they changed the score. Sheesh. Terrible job by TNT. And this all started, Cleveland's up 7.
Oh, my
Siakam's at the line. What happened?
Halliburton missed the free throw and got the rebound.
Oh, my.
It's going to come down to the wire. Halliburton wins the game. Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Now 1.1 left.
It's over.
1.1 left, but they don't have any timeouts.
Cleveland
How do you not have a timeout?
Absolutely.
Oh, my goodness.
All time. I mean, this has been this is insane. This is absolutely.
I'm shocked.
I mean, 14.5-point number was out there.
Oh, my goodness.
Tyrese Halliburton gets his own rebound on a missed free throw and buries a three. Ty Jerome gets shook a little bit and buries the top of the arc three. And he does.
Wow.
Tyrese Halliburton does the Pedro Serrano after he hits the three-pointer.
Marbles.
Unreal.
If we just sit, what do we have, a little over an hour left in the show. If we just sit here and say, wow, for the next hour and you guys change the channel, I wouldn't blame you, but that's all I can think and say right now is wow. And again, this all started, 48 seconds left. Indy at the foul line down 7. They missed both free throws. If Cleveland gets the rebound, they probably win the game by 10 plus points. Gave up a putback dunk, then a turnover, and then this ridiculous sequence of events that ends with a ridiculous another offensive rebound on a free throw, and then a game-winning three. I am just in complete shock to steal the words from Al Michaels. I can't believe what I just saw.
That was something, man. That is the third collapse in 3 consecutive games. Think about the prices that you could have got. I saw that. I think you retweeted it. Julian Edlow from DraftKings put out the prices last night, what you could have got from an in-game standpoint. And I'm going back. So last night you could have got the Knicks at 30-1 and the Nuggets at 16-1. And I don't know what the peak price was tonight, but it was high. The point spread was 14.5. I saw at some point in the second quarter, and it just felt like the Cavs were on fumes. And boy, 36-21, the Pacers outscore the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Tyrese Halliburton hits a ridiculous 3 to win the game for the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers are now up 2-0, and they are 2 games away, Will, from going back to the Eastern Conference Finals for a second straight year.
I'm still shook, and I don't believe what I just saw. Was that Vince Scully on the Kirk Gibson homer? I might have been confused.
Yeah, Vince Scully was that. Vince Scully. 1988.
Yeah, I don't believe what I just saw. I mean, I really don't. I know we're going to have to move on at some point to T-Wolves. Warriors still tied at 4 here. I'm just in shock. Did that really just happen? That's the craziest of all of them. I mean, OKC, Denver was wild. Boston and the Knicks. Boston, a huge favorite, blows a 20-point lead. The Bucks Pacers won last week, was an all-timer. This, just the way it transpired, I'm in complete shock.
You think back to the Pacers' win over the Bucks to eliminate them, Game 5 in Indiana. They scored the final 7 points over, 40 seconds? Tonight, in the final 48 seconds, they outscored the Cavaliers 8-0. And now they go back home up 2-0 in one of the most improbable comebacks you could have imagined. And, I mean, I'm just continuing to kick myself every which possible way because I felt like I probably should have taken some Pacers. I didn't think I'd take them money line. But, wow. They come back. They get the win. Tyrese Halliburton makes his first free throw to cut the deficit down to 1 or 2. Second free throw he misses. Ball gets knocked around. Halliburton grabs it, brings it back out, guarded by Ty Jerome, puts on the shimmy shake on him, and buries a top-of-the-arc 3, 120-119. Tyrese Halliburton gets the win for the Indiana Pacers. He finishes with 19 points, 8 in the fourth quarter, 19-9-4 for Halliburton. And the Indiana Pacers outscore the Cleveland Cavaliers 36-21 in the fourth quarter, score the final 8 points, and Donovan Mitchell goes for 48 tonight without Darius Garland, without DeAndre Hunter, without Evan Mobley, and they squander the lead, and the Pacers come back and win 120-119. Just unbelievable stuff. These last 3 games, Will, have just been...
It's been a great playoffs.
It's crazy. I mean, the Knicks were down by 20 in the third quarter. The Thunder had a double-digit lead in the third quarter, and now the Pacers, down double digits going into the fourth quarter, come back and win, erase a 7-point deficit with 58 seconds to go.
And I don't think you or I didn't really affect any of our bets, but I'm just, as a fan, I'm in complete and utter shock. And we don't have a series spread, but we do have a line for Game 3. Pacers, we've just gotten a line movement. Do you want to guess what we're at here in terms of a spread for Game 3? I'll see if we get a series market too.
All right, so we were Pacers plus 5.5 was the close tonight. Going back to Indiana, but as a desperation spot, I'll say Pacers open up. We don't know about the injury. I'll say Pacers 1.5.
Laying?
Yeah.
It was -1 about 10 seconds ago. Now they are +1.
Oh, okay. So a flip of favorites.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe we get the situation that Jonathan Peterlin talked about with break glass and in case of emergency. I don't know. I mean, this is an emergency right now for the Cleveland Cavaliers. 68 regular season wins, and they are down 0-2 and lost both games at home. And in one of the most crazy finishes. I mean, 2 of the last 3 Pacer games, the Pacers have outscored their opposition 15-0 in the last 50 seconds.
Nice start for Golden State, by the way, who leads 13-8. But to be honest, it's hard to get into this game after what we just saw. It's hard to talk about anything else. Do you think the Cavs are done? You think the Pacers are going to win this series now?
Yes. By the way, it was Jack Buck on national radio, the national broadcast with the Kirk Gibson homer. That was according to Jay on Twitter. Man, there it is. Yeah, someone else just chimed in. Jack Buck, who said it. I don't believe what I just saw. So there you go. A little clarification. Thank you for the listeners. I don't believe. Yeah, I'm stealing Jack Buck's line. I'm stealing Will Hill's line. I don't believe it. And also, by the way, we got overtime coming up in the nation's capital. The Hurricanes tied that game up at 1. Underway in the Twin Cities, it's 13-8 Golden State with the lead over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Underway in Vegas, scoreless between the Oilers and VGK. Tyrese Halliburton, are you kidding me? Gets his own rebound and buries a 3 with 1 second to go. The Indiana Pacers overcome a fourth quarter double-digit deficit, score the final 8 points, and now up 2-0 on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Hey, just a reminder, so many ways you could watch VSiN, including our app, the VSiN Watch app. You could watch our shows, listen to our shows. You can download it in the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. Just remarkable. Ty Halliburton.